Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Kenny Clutch with another episode on the Clutchvision podcast. Yes, it is November, y'all. It's November. We almost at 2020. We are just about at 2,000 subscribers on our YouTube page. So thank you, everybody, for supporting the channel, commenting on the channel, liking the channel. Continue to support it. Continue to share this link. Go ahead and subscribe. Click that bell. If this is your first time here, you are in for a treat on this episode. This episode is brought to you by Got Cut. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Got Cut. The only, and I'm telling you, the only barbershop of its kind in South Jersey. 7537-39 River Road, Pennsauken, New Jersey. Go over there and see my man Joey. It is autism friendly and wheelchair accessible. So go ahead and get your cut. The holidays are coming up, so you might want to go ahead and get your cut and get nice for the holidays. Yes, one more time, Got Cut. You can follow them online on Instagram at Got Cut. And yes, they are open pretty much every day, Monday through Sunday. All right, so go ahead and check them out. My man Joey and the guys over there will take care of you, and the ladies as well too. All right, so Got Cut. Go ahead and check them out, ladies and gentlemen. Today's episode is kind of a, I guess, emotional one. And I'm going to talk about something that I have not really talked about as much, or I have, but I haven't gone super in depth about it. And I've made small posts here and there over the last year or so. And I think it's important to speak about it now, about a father, the father that I am, to Kristian. For those that don't know, my son Kristian has Trisomy 21, which is Down syndrome. And I want to speak about, being a father with a child who has special needs. And I think this is important for fathers. You guys don't know how many times I've gotten a DM from a woman stating that, there has been a father that left because their child has special needs or something that is, I guess, what you want to call quote unquote average, not average and not quote unquote normal, I guess, I say that loosely because I believe that we're all created differently. I believe that we're all created for a reason. For the fathers out there that, run away from the situation, this is for you. For that father out there that needs the encouragement to press forward, to be there for your child with special needs, this is for you. This is not to bash you in any way. This is not to judge you. You know what I'm saying? But this is just a reminder that we're not in control of the things that come into our lives, or things that are already set forth in our lives. It's already set. It's already set. So I'm going to start off with my thoughts on, my son. And when I first found out that Kristian was going to have be born, with Trisomy 21. And for those that don't know what Trisomy 21 is, it is the medical term for Down syndrome. Basically, that means that the average person has 46 chromosomes. A person with Trisomy 21 has 47 chromosomes. The 21st chromosome actually has 3 copies of the same chromosome. So basically, normally when a baby is conceived, you get 23 from mom, 23 from dad. So basically what happened was when me and my wife conceived Kristian, one of us threw in something a little extra, you know what I'm saying? So one of us threw something in a little extra. That's all that was. But in the process, you know, for me, like I was just happy that, you know, me and my wife were having our child together, and Kristian was going to be born. I was happy that, you know, I had a son coming into the world. There were speculations that he could have trisomy 21. The doctors had suspected it early in the pregnancy. And during that time, what people don't know is kind of how, not kind of, but what happened with the doctors and how they were kind of pressing us to abort Kristian. And I'm so thankful and so glad that we don't believe in abortion at all. I'll touch on that in a little bit. But my initial thoughts, my initial reaction was I didn't really care. I didn't care what he had. You know what I'm saying? If I'm keeping it real, I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? If he came out with no limbs or whatever, I was just happy that, you know what I'm saying, Kristian was gonna be born and have a chance and have a shot at life. You know what I'm saying? And I was just grateful and thankful for a son. I'm gonna be real. Because so many times I've seen so many other situations with other people. I just wanted my son to be born. I ain't care what he looked like. I ain't care what he had. I ain't care about none of that, yo. Was I scared? Yeah. Yeah. Because I didn't know what Down syndrome actually was fully. Like I knew about it, but I had no knowledge on it. Was I afraid of the things that can happen, you know, later in life with him, with people? Absolutely. Which I'll touch on in a second as well, too. But to stick to my first point, you know, what were my first thoughts when I found out that Kristian would be, would have trisomy 21? You know, I was just overjoyed with love and being that I just wanted to be there for my wife, because you don't understand, man, like the emotions that we were both going through. I think my wife showed it a little bit more than me, and me privately I did, you know what I'm saying? And it was just I was at a point where, like, again, I was just happy, yo. I mean, if you're a real father, like a child being born, no matter if it's your first, your second, your third, your fourth, you just got this joy that you have the privilege and the honor of being a dad, that you have a privilege and honor of being someone's father. Like that came from inside of you, and God placed that seed inside of you. That's what we forget, man. The seed that's inside of us was produced by someone. All things are working through Christ Jesus, man. Period. Period. And a lot of times as fathers, we take that for granted, yo. We just sitting here popping babies out like willy-nilly, like it's just a free-for-all, yo. And then we don't want to take care of our responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? And it hurts, you know, because I'm like, yo, man, I've wanted this all my life, and I finally got it. And then you got men out here that just go out on a tangent and just don't care because of whatever is going on or whatever with the baby mom or their wife. Man, we got to be a little bit more responsible. I'm just keeping it real. Again, I'm not here to bash you. I'm not here to judge you. I don't really know your situation, but I know I'm talking to somebody. For the men that have reached out to me that are there for their fathers, yo, I salute you. Because I get those messages too. I don't want y'all to think that, oh, it's just women hitting me up or whatever with their problems with their men. You know what I'm saying? No, it's men out here, whatever, that's doing it. It's men out here that's doing it. Shout out to Father Lee. Follow them on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? And I see posts all the time from them supporting the dads. You know what I'm saying? So again, like my initial reaction to all of this, I was just truly, truly like overjoyed, happy, and I just wanted him to be born and be healthy. They would tell us about the side effects and things that could happen to him, that he could have some type of birth defects with his heart or these different issues and stuff like that. Listen, yo, let me tell y'all something. I wasn't receiving none of that. Me and my wife, we wasn't receiving none of that. None of that news that they was trying to give us, we wasn't receiving it. You feel me? All I know is that my son was going to be born and he was going to be great. Period. So it's a difference with receiving and experiencing. See, we were experiencing what the doctors were telling us about the defects, but we wasn't receiving the defects. Kristian has what you call a mild case of Down syndrome. You know what I'm saying? Which means he didn't get all the other effects that normally happens with a child who has Down syndrome, heart murmurs and different things like that, different things that can go on with the brain. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get all those things. But I believe that because of our faith, God just has something special for us. Now, Kristian was born with a rare blood disorder, which kept him in ICU for 10 days after he was born. And he had very, very low platelet counts. In his first, year of life, we was at the hospital every single week, in the doctor's office every single week, getting blood work done. But these are the things that you got to do. I think some fathers are just, maybe a little bit afraid of the extra work. Understand something. If you were given a child with special needs, you're the one that's special. You're the one that's special because God chose you to do this task, to show an example, to show how humans are supposed to be. Many times we'll sit there and we get scared and we run. Jonah was scared and he was running. He was scared and he was running. Moses tried to make every excuse in the book not to sit there and go out and do his task because he was running. But you got to understand, fathers, you were chosen. You were chosen. I believe I was chosen. So during this time, they would give us the option to abort, which we rebuked. You know what I'm saying? We're not aborting our son, period. We don't believe in that. We don't support that. I know that's a big thing with a lot of parents because of different situations. But if I'm speaking on my particular situation, one, we don't believe in abortion. We don't believe in killing babies that didn't ask to be here. We don't believe in that. Especially my kids. Like, no, we're not killing my son. We're not doing none of that. Listen, I get it. If something medically goes wrong or whatever, or listen, we're going to let God handle that. You know what I'm saying? Because God is forming in the belly. So we're going to let that play out. That's not our call. That's not our call. We got to understand that. So no, y'all don't know how many times my wife would sit here and cry and be upset. Doctors, we got to do better with delivering this news. This should be more of a support system inside the medical field, and more information should be given to the parents that if you are going to be having a child that has trisomy 21, that information needs to be given, not given on the day of birth, because that's what happened to us. It was given on the day of birth. Like, okay, here's this, here's that, here's this, like, here's these papers. Like, yo, we had a 76% chance. Listen, if it's over a certain percentage, you should really start preparing. You know what I'm saying? Parents, I encourage you to do this. Those that may be having a child that has trisomy 21 coming into this world, I urge you to go out and start looking for different groups and support groups that will help you understand what trisomy 21 is all about, so that you are well prepared when your child is coming into the world. Because listen, we got 3 other children, and we don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? We didn't know anything about how to raise a child with special needs at all. And here's the thing about special needs, man. Maybe we're the ones that are in need of special needs, if you get my drift. The kids that are born with what we call special needs, man, maybe their assignment on earth is to spread more love. You ever think about that? Maybe their assignment on earth is to get us and teach us how to love different, think different, act different, speak different. Because many times we'll sit here and we'll use words like the R word, retarded. We'll use that word or whatever night and day. I used to, and I was ignorant to it. And it doesn't hit you or whatever until you actually have a son that has Down syndrome, and what people use that word for, and they relate it to people with trisomy 21 or people with a special need. But we're ignorant to that. See, we don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to sit there and say it. I believe that the word, that word is just as bad as the N word. If we keeping it funky, we use it up and down like, oh, that's this and that's that. Like, oh yeah, that's retarded. Like, and we don't sit here or whatever, and we don't check each other on it. We don't check each other on it. We got a problem with holding each other accountable. See, as my son grows up, that was the one thing that I was afraid of. That he's going to grow up, he's going to go into school, and then at some point in time, there's going to be that one ignorant person that sits there and uses that word towards my son. Let me tell you something. I'm the wrong father. We the wrong parents. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I know we got a big following, social media and all that, but if I'm keeping it real, forget all that. Forget all that. Let's keep it funky, yo. That, things like that, we need to start learning how to speak different, people. And I had to do that. I'm not perfect, but I'm not afraid to sit there and say that I wasn't using it frequently or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, I was ignorant. I was ignorant. And we gotta accept the fact that sometimes we're just ignorant or whatever, not in a bad sense, guys. I'm talking about we just don't know. We just don't know. And we don't know who we hurting at the end of the day. We don't know by using that word on who we truly hurting. Oh, I didn't mean it that way. Yeah, but you don't understand the meaning of the true word. So now you're just saying stuff or whatever that you don't even know what the word truly stands for and where it came from and what it's applied to. So I'm speaking for every single father, every single mother that has a child with special needs, a family member with special needs, whatever it is. This is my duty now. And I'm standing up for them. And I'm telling you, change your tune, yo. Change the way we speak. Especially about these kids or whatever that ain't asked to sit here and come into this world at all. But they came here for a reason because God put them here for a reason. as a reminder to us, I dare say, or whatever, that if we continue to use this word, maybe we talking about ourselves. You see what I'm saying? We just gotta think. We just gotta do better. We gotta think better. I think that was the one thing that was at the top of my list of if I had any type of worry, and I don't like to use the word worry. I'm just being as basic as possible. You know what I'm saying? Because that, to me, I'm like, yo, man, like I'm not gonna have that. So for parents that's out there today, that if you don't have a child with special needs, yo, cool. But teach your kids how to speak. And I'm not saying you're not doing it. What I'm saying is the environment that they're around, we need to start doing better. It takes a village to raise a child, right? So we got to start doing better as a village. We got to start being better as a village together. Again, this is not to sit there and bash or come at anybody. I'm just bringing reality. These are things or whatever that the community won't really come out and say, or may not even have the platform to say. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on that, man. We got to do better. And I'll preach about it more. But we got to do better in how we speak and how we treat each other. Especially growing up, you know, as children, we just say whatever, man. We just say whatever, but we say whatever because we get it from somewhere. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? These kids are taught these words. They don't just come out of nowhere. They're taught these words. They're exposed to it in TV or in music. Especially in music. Y'all artists or whatever be tripping sometimes, yo, straight up. See, we don't be thinking. We thinking like, oh, it's just a slang word. Nah, it's not a slang word. You feel me? That's just, you know, that's dear to my heart. It's dear to my heart. So, you know what I mean? Like, I hope we're clear on that. You know what I'm saying? And if I got to keep going on it or whatever, then I will. To get more people to understand, just to be just show a little bit more love and compassion and consideration and sensitivity. Because we out here, man, like we born or whatever in into this world not knowing what's going to happen. You feel me? For the fathers who leave, yo. For the fathers who leave, let me tell y'all something, man. You got to understand who you are. And this is not just a father who leave just as a for kids with special needs. This is if you leave, period. No matter what no matter what condition your child is in. Matter of fact, nah, yo, this is for any parent that leaves, because there is mothers that leave too. It's mothers that's out there, whatever, that's tripping too. So for the fathers and the mothers that just leave, listen, yo, your child needs you at the end of the day. Your child needs you at the end of the day. And maybe you can't handle it. Maybe you can't handle it, but I urge you to make sure that your child is somewhere safe. And if you can't handle it, at least have the decency enough to give them away to somebody who you know that is going to take care of that child. Because many times children are just left with no explanation and no answer. You don't understand what that does to their mind. You want to talk about mental health? You sitting here and leaving your child just you bugging at young ages too. Yeah, I'm addressing stuff or whatever it needs to be addressed, because if we don't, we got to have this conversation and then we got to take action. I said we got to have this conversation and then we got to take action. It's one thing to speak. But it's another thing to take action. That's why we pray on one hand and we fight on the other. I said we pray on one hand and we fight on the other. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pray for every single parent. I'm going to pray for every single man. Men, we got to do better. We the kings. We got to do better. We're leaders. We got to do better. We're leaders. We're leaders. Our princesses need us. Our princes need us to lead them, because eventually one day they will be king. One day they will be a queen. And if you leave, who is going to guide them? Oh, you want some other dude sitting there taking care of yours? That's cool. It's a whole gang of them or whatever lined up. I'm one of them. And I don't mind. Because that happened with me and my wife. You feel me? So you want to sit here and just bounce because you can't handle the pressure? You can't handle the pressure. They say pressure bust pipes, right? Pressure bust pipes. When that pipe is busted, it's a flow. I said when that pipe is busted, it's a flow. It's a flow, y'all. It's a flow. It's a flow. An overflow. The overflow is what you want. You want that cup overflowed. You want that cup overflowed, yo. We got to do better. Pressure creates diamonds, right? I said pressure creates diamonds, right? Take the pressure. But you know, I wouldn't change a thing, though. I wouldn't change a thing. Like, this whole journey that we've been on with Kristian, I wouldn't change anything. Anything. I'm happy that I learned so much about, Trisomy 21. I'm happy that I've been accepted into a wonderful community and met so many great people. Just great people, man. My man Brad. If you guys haven't seen Brad on my Instagram, check him out, man. That's my dude. And just so many great people that are in the same situation as us and understand that we're really here for each other. And I think that community, the Down syndrome community, truly shows how to be there for one another. You know what I'm saying? And these children with Down syndrome, man, it's like, yo, they show real love no matter what. No matter what, like Kristian is smiling all the time, like no matter what. Like it's like the only time he'll cry is if he's teething pretty much, or if he's tired. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's like, yo, this dude is always smiling. Like he always got something to smile about. Even my man Brad, who's 30 years old, Brad is always smiling. Always. Like he's never really down at all. At all, yo. And it's amazing to see. And I'm just saying, man, like, imagine that if we all learned how to love each other a little bit more. Imagine what the world would be like. Imagine what the world would be like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Violent things happen, evil things happen, bad things happen in life. But they're also there to help us and teach us how to overcome adversity and how to love truly and be appreciative of the things that we actually have in life. It's the way it is. You know what I'm saying? So me as a dad, I wouldn't change a thing. I'm having a blast with Kristian as my son, and I'm super thankful, and I praise God every single day that he has given me him, and that he is such a joy and a gift to be around, and I learned so much from him. And he's like, like everything that I've ever wanted in a son, along with my other kids as well too. You know what I'm saying? And it's just amazing. Like, I'm just not afraid to do the work. At the end of the day, I'm just not afraid to do the work. We can't be afraid to do the work, people. We got to do the work. If you were given this assignment for a reason, take the assignment and get to work. Get your hands dirty. It's okay. Get your hands dirty. Get your hands dirty. You don't understand what this challenge has done so much for my family, and it's brought us closer together as a family, if I'm being completely honest. Now, I'm not saying that my family is the most perfect family in the world. No, we have our ups and downs just like everybody else. I'm keeping it funky with y'all. You know what I'm saying? We go through things just like everybody else, as most of you guys have seen, but we go through things internally that, you guys don't see. As a family, we have our ups and downs like everybody else, but we know because we've been prepared. And where do we prepare? That's the question. Where do we prepare? We prepared in prayer. In prayer. I'm just hungry, man. Hungry for God. I'm hungry to be better. I'm hungry to learn. I'm hungry. I don't care how much success we get. I want more. I'm hungry. I'm hungry because I want to help people. I want to help people be healed. So many people out there that's in pain. There's so many people out there that need to be healed. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta be there, man. If I gotta be that voice to help you, then I'm gonna just be that voice and allow God to use me. Because let me tell you something. You looking at a man or whatever that didn't speak. I've said this, plenty of times. I never spoke, but sometimes God is just gonna keep pulling you back and pulling you back and pulling you back and pulling you back. And he's gonna keep holding you down and holding you down and holding you down. You're gonna wonder why is God holding me down? Why am I so silent? Because it ain't time yet. It ain't time to release you yet. So he's gonna keep pulling you back. Through high school, he was holding me back. Through grade school, he was holding me back. Quiet. People wanted to beat me up. People used to look at me like, yo, man, what's his attitude? What's his problem? Holding me back. Pulling. And the next thing you know, boom! God released me. You can't get me to stop talking. I said, you can't get me to stop talking. You can't get me to stop talking. And I'm learning more every single day. God is going to do that for you. Sometimes he's just going to keep holding you back and holding you back and holding you back and holding you back. And you're not going to understand why. Because once he releases you, you ain't coming down. I said, once he releases you, you ain't coming down or whatever until he bring you down. Until he says, okay, this is the landing spot. Come on home. So don't take anything that you're going through in life right now as like, yo, why is this holding me back? You look to God and you understand. You'll understand. You'll sit there and be like, I get it. And for the longest time, I didn't get it. I didn't understand why I was so quiet. But I knew later in life or whatever, I was just really observing, collecting information. How can we be wise? How can we grow if we continue to talk? You know what I'm saying? When we're trying to learn. If you're trying to learn, you shouldn't be talking. I said, if you're trying to learn, you shouldn't be talking. How can you process information if your mouth is running? Your brain is sitting there telling your mouth what to say, and then there's information that's trying to be collected through your ears. You're blocking it. You got a traffic jam going through. I said, you got a traffic jam going through. We got to understand. We got to know how to be quiet in order to learn, in order to gain the wisdom, and then apply it. A lot of us gain wisdom and then we don't apply it. So as a father, and learning about Kristian and him having Trisomy 21, I had to learn how to be quiet and chill and collect this information locked in. Anybody who had any valuable information to give me and my wife, I'm all ears. You won't hear me say a word. Because then when I know, then I'm going to apply it. I'm going to put it on my son. I'm going to teach him. Apply that. Put it inside my family and teach them. so that we can be better, so that we can move forward, so that we can be an example for that next family that needs it. So for me as a dad, I was extremely happy and also extremely scared. And then for the longest time, I didn't even want to put a picture up of Kristian, or I did, and I was just like, oh, does he look like this, or does he, or doesn't he? Now I don't care, because God made him the way that he was supposed to look. God created him this certain way for a reason. So therefore, I'm not ashamed of my son. I think many fathers out there may be ashamed of their son because you're afraid. I'm telling you, yo, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. It's okay. It's okay. You got other fathers out here or whatever that's really doing it. You feel me? So we here, man. And if you're a father out there that's listening to this and you know you need to go back to your family because you know you need to be there as a father to your children, yo, I encourage you to go back. I encourage you to finish the race. Paul said in Acts 20 and 24, my life means nothing. My only task is to finish the race that God has given me. Finish the race. Finish the race. Finish the race. It's your boy, Kenny Clutch. I hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast. Go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube link. Click the bell. Share this video with somebody that needs it, yo. I thank you, everybody. Thank you for all the support. Thank you to Got Cut for sponsoring the podcast today. And yeah, man, we doing it. We doing it, and we're going to keep it going. We're going to keep building. Go ahead and subscribe to our Patreon link as well, too, in the description below. And share this with a friend who needs to hear this message. And we're going to keep it going every single week. It's your boy, Kenny Clutch, on the Clutchvision podcast. Remember, when we change the mind, we change the game. Peace.